Hello, welcome back to the RC Pilot's Log. I'm Rob. Today, this evening, is Monday the 29th of March 2021 and it's a momentous day because lockdown restrictions in the UK have been eased and model flying clubs have opened. I wasn't able to get to the field today, but I have taken a day's holiday tomorrow from work and I am planning to go and maiden the Citabria if the weather permits, along with several other of the models that you've already seen, like the P40 Warhawk and the Precedent T180 that I put the Sato in, and I've got a Fun Cub over here that I bought off a club mate, and all of those significantly changed or new maidens. So it's going to be a really eventful day tomorrow. Hopefully I can get to the field with enough cameras and people to get some really good footage. But I just wanted to take a moment this evening, just in case tomorrow gets a little bit hairy with the weather or maidens, or if things don't go to plan, because I'm so impressed with this model. It's just, it's been a labour of love for me. It's taken 10 months to get to this stage. It's not completely finished. I need to paint the cowl, but everything else on it I'm really happy with, and I'm super excited to fly it, but I'm also super nervous. I posted on my Instagram earlier a list of what ifs. You know, what if the soldering on the wing struts breaks? What if a servo fails in flight? What if I'm not good enough? What if my wings snap? What if the engine falls out? What if? But what if it flies? And that's the kind of thought process I'm going through just the night before trying to maiden this. The weather tomorrow looks really good. Low winds, 3 to 5 miles per hour, up to 19 degrees Celsius, clear skies. So it could be a really good day's flying. I'm really looking forward to it. Well, I'm up at the field and it is a beautiful sunny morning. The sun is shining, it's warming me. There's dew on the ground, there's a cool breeze, very gentle breeze blowing up the hill, which makes for a good takeoff, maybe a trickier landing, but that may change. It often does up here, and I'm so pleased to be out. I'm so pleased that lockdown restrictions have eased, that the club is open again. I'm up here very early, and I'm looking forward to the rest of my club mates coming up later on today. I'm going to get some stuff out, get set up. It's going to take me a while. I want to get all the planes ready to fly before I start flying, so that if the weather is absolutely perfect, I can just get on with it. I don't have to set anything else up. So I probably won't film all of that, but I'll set the camera up and we'll get what we get. Happy birthday, Stewie, this one's for you. There we go, assembled. Ready for some final checks. Aligning the control surfaces, getting them throws set up, making sure everything's square. All of the checks I've already done, just double checking them. And there's Gary sitting proud. He's raring to go. I actually finished Gary. He's a 3D printed pilot, if you didn't know. There's a model on Thingiverse called Gary. This is Gary. I've hand painted him with acrylic, and then given him a coat of a lacquer. I didn't have any satin lacquer, so we went gloss, so Gary just looks sweaty. But that will keep him fuel proofed. And here we are, beautiful morning, and there is the beautiful Balsa USA quarter scale Citabria Aerobatic Pro with an NGH GT 25cc engine. Can't quite make it out in there. NGH engine, that is a really great value package there. Master Air Screw 15x8 prop, a Magnum aluminium spinner donated by a club member. Thanks for that, Dave. We've got Dubro 3-inch wheels, low bounce airfield wheels. We have high torque, high voltage servos throughout. I've actually, after one failed, I've dulled it down to 6 volts just to be safe. But these can run on 7.4 to 8 volts all day long. Well, I say all day long, the rudder failed on the ground, but we won't talk about that. That's just going to be a bad sign. day and I am back in the hangar at home. I was going to do a debrief at the field at the end of each flight, but the day got away from me, and by the time I'd flown the Citabria, I was pretty worn out and just wanted to get home really, and not push my luck on trying to do anything else at the field. It was a fantastic day and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The P40 also flew great, and if you haven't seen the video for that maiden, there's a link around here somewhere. The Citabria though for me was the star of my day. Thoroughly enjoyed the maiden flight and it was effortless. It flew straight, very little trim needed, maybe one click of right aileron, and it was a fairly strong breeze and it just flew straight, and I was so pleased. My biggest concern was the incorrect incidence of the wing, so when I throttled up it would climb or dive. All of those things were going through my mind, but I didn't find any nasty tendency. There was one issue. You will notice the flight was quite short for a maiden, for a first flight or any flight really. A couple of circuits and a rather rough landing. You probably noticed on the video as well, there was a change in the exhaust note, which on a maiden flight for me, I started to think there was a problem, and I wanted to just get the plane down quickly before anything bad happened. Turns out what actually happened was the decibel insert, or the baffle, is a little aluminium bung for the exhaust on the NGH GT25. That had fallen out along with the silicon sleeve that keeps the exhaust exiting outside of the cowl. So that completely changed the exhaust note and it sounded a lot louder and a lot rougher. So I just wanted to get it down. I thought I'll get it down quick. And actually there is a clip of it falling off on the video. After giving the plane a quick once over, I couldn't see anything else was at fault other than the exhaust baffle, and deciding that a second flight was in order, I took one, a little bit louder obviously, but another few circuits and again a tricky landing. The wind had switched to a crosswind and made it slightly trickier, but there's plenty of time for me to get used to this plane. So here is the full unedited wing camera for my second flight, and I will post a full video of the maiden wing camera flight shortly. I think it's a great angle and I'm really pleased how well that's came out. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please keep an eye out for more videos like I say, and get out there, enjoy some flying, build a model, get a new plane or whatever it is, but get out, enjoy the freedom we have to fly our model planes while we still have it. Enjoy the video.